In this video, I'm going to be showing you the best ways to get police XP in ARLC. This is the quickest and easiest way. So if you do enjoy or if it helps you out, please drop a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. Okay, so of course this obviously works for police and sheriff as they both share the same XP and ranks. So quickly, the tools you want to get, the most important ones are you want to make sure you have a taser. That's going to be the most useful thing you can possibly get, and also a gun. Now some other things you can do if you have the SWAT Game Pass, just get the SWAT gear on. A quick thing to note here, if you want XP the quickest, you are not going to be role playing. If you want really quick XP, then you're going to be fair role playing, you're going to be cuff rushing. But if you're in a public server, there is no rule against that. And as Mr. Fergie, the owner of ERC, famously once said, it's not called cuff rushing, it's just called arresting. That's all it is. You're arresting someone, not cuff rushing them. So don't worry about it, even if people rage at you. But as I said, just get the SWAT gear if you have it. If you don't worry about it. But you will need a taser and any kind of gun. Again, if you have the SWAT Game Pass, I recommend getting the G36C, and if you don't, just get any gun, it's fine, it doesn't really matter which one, just one that you can shoot tires with and make sure it's fully reloaded. And then again, for XP, you're not going to be really arresting anyone, taking them to prison. You're just going to be arresting them straight away instead of transporting them. So the car I recommend is the Falcon Stallion 350. It is one of the fastest cars on the police team. It's one of the most practical, and the good thing about this is you don't even need a rank for it. You just buy it with cash, which is perfect. Aside from that, I would probably recommend the Corvette, the Bullhorn Determinator SFP Fury, the Camaro, which is also a very good option, or of course the Dodge, which everyone likes to use. As I said, for this video I'm going to be using the Ford Mustang, even though I'm not actually going to be arresting anyone. I'm just going to be talking you through it in a private server. So now a quick thing to note before we actually get into the best ways of getting XP. A little thing you want to keep your eye out for is XP weekends. So every now and then, for like police week or something, ERLC will do a special event where it's an XP weekend, and during an XP weekend usually the amount of XP you get is doubled. So if you play on private servers a lot and you kind of really want to get commander or something, but you just can't be bothered to grind and you're not that bothered about it, you just think it'd be cool to have, then I recommend just waiting until there's an XP weekend and then just absolutely grinding as much as you can to get as much XP as possible. But if you just want XP really fast, don't bother waiting, just follow the tips in this video. So all that aside, they happen a few times a year, so just keep your eyes out in the Discord servers, on Twitter, everything like that, and you can find out about them. Okay, so moving on to the actual best ways to get XP. And the first thing is one that you guys might not be expecting, and it's to join matchmaking servers. So the funny thing about this is you actually need XP to get onto a matchmaking server, but for example, tier 1 or tier 2, most people have that much XP anyway. And you see these servers here, any server is usually fine, but the smaller servers, for example, this server here on the tier 2 servers only has 5 people in. And now people always use these for robberies, and it is quite annoying when a police joins, but if you want XP, then I recommend joining onto them servers. And well, the reason for that is, as I said, a lot of criminals use them to just grind for money, which means they will all be really high star wanted levels, which means you can join that, go and arrest them. They won't be expecting a cop, so as soon as you join, police team, SWAT gear, and just go and cuff rush them as fast as you possibly can, then they probably won't expect you, they probably won't have a gun, and you'll be able to arrest them and get XP really quickly that way. Whereas in a server, there's going to be like 20 other cops you're fighting against, there's going to be not many criminals. But like I said, a matchmaking server, people use them for grinding cash on the criminal team, and there's never normally that many cops, so it's very smart to use matchmaking servers to grind yourself some money. And now in terms of actually getting the people, like catching the criminals to arrest them to get the XP, is to shoot their tires. So the reason I said get a gun is to shoot someone's tires, but just be careful when you shoot their tires, because make sure it is the right person. If you're in a public server and you see on the radio, oh, a Camaro just robbed the jewelry store, and then if you see a Camaro and shoot the tires, but it's actually a different Camaro to the one that robbed it, then you'll get wanted and you'll no longer be on the police team, and then you have to go pay off your bounty or get arrested or wait till your wanted level runs out. So just make sure that it's the right car when you shoot their tires. And of course, I've said said it before, but cuff rushing is the way to go for this. If you want XP the quickest, just cuff rush. Yes, some people don't like it. Some people say it's a bit wrong and it's annoying and it's not fair. But like I said earlier, it's not cuff rushing. It's just arresting. You're just arresting people. You're being a police officer. So there's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and absolutely do it. And obviously, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but some people ask me, and no, you cannot do this in a private server. If you want to roleplay on your favorite roleplay server, fine, you can do that, but you won't get XP from it. Even if you're on the police team for like 20 hours straight and you get like 5,000 XP because you grind on a private server, as soon as you leave that private server, you're going to lose all of that progress. Same with your cash. So you have to be in a public or matchmaking server. Now, a little side note to this, if you still want to roleplay whilst you're getting XP, then use a matchmaking server. For example, if we go over here and go on the tier 3 servers, for example, this one here with 21 people, that will just be like a normal roleplay server mixed with a public server. So you'll have some people that want to do really serious roleplay, and you can still do good roleplay like you could in any other private server, except your progress will still save. So you can still do things like patrolling and pulling people over and citing them, which, moving on to my next point, citing people. Using the citation book gives you XP, so make sure that you citate people. If you see someone doing a red light and if you want to roleplay it, then absolutely pull them over, give them a citation, and you'll still get XP even if you are just roleplaying normally. And if you don't want to roleplay, you're in a public server and you just want as much XP as physically possible, then if you see someone on a red light, absolutely pit maneuver them off the road and go give them a ticket and then drive on with your day. That works. You're allowed to do it. No one's there to stop you. You're not going to get banned from a public server, so don't worry about it. Go ahead, do that. They might be annoyed at you. Who cares? You're trying to get XP at the end of the day. And finally, the last thing that I want to show you is the ALPR / the radar. So I should have told you this at the start. I did kind of forget, but you need to get the automatic license plate recognition on your vehicle. So as I said, you can do this on any vehicle really, but I recommend the faster ones. If you come over here, you will need a game pass for this. If you go to team accessories and you want to enable the ALPR up here. Now, another little thing I kind of just thought of is go unmarked. If you want to go in the most insane unmarked car you've ever seen in your life, for example, this BMW X5 here, this red one, this is an unmarked car, but when I spawn it in, as you can see, it just looks like a civilian car. Undercover plate, there are no police lights visible at all. It just looks like a normal civilian car. So if you just want to do that, you can. The only problem is there really isn't that many lights. There's literally no lights at the back and only a few lights hidden away at the front. So yeah, even if you do want to be a police officer, people might not notice you very easily, so just be careful with that. But an undercover car is very good, and I didn't even get what I wanted to get. Great. I do get distracted very easily. Anyway, as I was saying, team accessories, ALPR, that's what you want. Now, if you do have an unmarked car, it kind of is bait. As you can see, you can kind of see that it's not a normal car anymore, but it doesn't really look that bad either. It kind of just looks like you've got like a bit of a spoiler on your car from far away, and it's still quite difficult to tell it's a police car, especially on this car, because it has the black roof bars as well, so it kind of blends in. Anyway, of course, we've got the radar here, so you can see the top speed people who are speeding. If you see someone speeding, pull them over, give them a ticket. That works. And then we also have the automatic license plate recognition, so you can find people that are wanted. So if you're driving around and you want to find what car them wanted people are in, go over to your MDT, then have a look for car bolos. Look for the car color and the license plate and the model specifically, and then as you're driving around, it will pick up here. If it sees that car, it will show you the model, it will show you the license plate, who owns it, so you can know if they're wanted or not, and also it will just tell you straight up, are they wanted, yes or no. It doesn't even matter if you know who it is that's wanted, it will literally just say wanted, yes or no here, and then you can pull them over for that. So make sure you make use of the automatic license plate recognition feature. I don't see many people using it, but it's so useful, so please make use of it. But that is all for this video, so I really hope it does help you guys out in getting XP. Remember, if you want XP the quickest, just do some cuff rushing. It's not going to harm anyone if you're just doing it for a few hours, and like I said, public servers, there's no rules against it, so don't worry. You cannot get banned for cuff rushing in a public server. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I hope this did help you out or you enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe if you did, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!